What is going on, everybody? This is Dave and welcome back to another Wolves Football Manager experiment. Today we've got another striker installment. Wolves are still on their search for their new striker, but we're going to be testing out Jordan Rhodes at Wolves today. He's been linked with a possible loan or permanent move to Wolves from Sheffield Wednesday. Of course, in the past, he's been such a prolific striker at League One and Championship level. It may well be a decent signing, but again, in the last year or so, he's not been probably up to his usual standards. But who knows, he may well, click on again at the right club and score bags of goals. As you can see, 15 out of 20 for finishing, not a bad finisher. Great penalty taker. He's not the quickest, but again, he's quite a tall guy, 6'1". He's got the natural fitness, he's got the stamina, good determination as well, good composure. In front of goal, he's Mr. Reliable. He will score goals. We're going to be testing him out at Wolves. We've got him on a 3-year contract at the moment. It may well be extended. We hope to see that, but we'll skip forward a few years to see how he gets on as a Wolves striker and if he will help solve Wolves' striker problem. So, let's get on with it. Let's see if Jordan Rhodes is the man to take Wolves forward. So it's the end of the first season, the end of the 17-18 season. We're going to be testing out Jordan Rhodes at Wolves. As you can see, 28 years of age, valued at 7 million. He scored a good amount of goals, 12 goals in 23 starts, 15 sub-appearances. So not the worst start for him as a Wolves striker. 11 goals altogether in the league. And why does it say 12 there but 11 there? A bit strange, but yeah. Not bad at all. Wolves finished 4th in the playoffs, 4th in the league. So maybe he did score in the playoff final and it didn't, or playoff tournament, and it didn't count to that. But as you can see, it looks like they lost to Birmingham in the playoff final. They got Stefano Colatuono, I think that is, as their manager. Still got some of the big players. Ruben Neves, where's he? He's looks like Ruben Neves may have gone. Oh no, he's there. I've got my mouse on him yet. He's still there, don't worry. But yeah, Wolves finishing 4th in the Championship. Obviously, it looks like they lost out in the playoff final. They certainly did to Birmingham in the end. But Helder Costa and Jordan Rhodes finished your top goal scorer. Both, well, Rhodes got 12 goals and Helder Costa grabbed 13 goals in the end. Not the worst debut season for Jordan Rhodes, but again, it could be slightly better. He could score more goals. We'll skip forward another year. Hopefully, we'll see Wolves pushing towards promotion again, and hopefully, we'll see Rhodes scoring some more goals. So it's the second season with Jordan Rhodes at Wolves. We'll see how he get on. He's still at Wolves, as you can see, and this time 19 goals. A much better return this year. 32 games started, 11 off the bench, a 7.03 average rating, 3-3 as well in the FA Cup. He did play one in the under-23s where he also scored, so I'm wondering if he got a slight knock. He did indeed, right at the start of the season, out for about 6 weeks, a double hernia, so he may well have played then, but overall, not bad. 17 goals. And again, where did that 19 come from? So I'm guessing Wolves possibly in the playoffs this year. Let's see if they got promoted, though, this time around. Wolves finishing 3rd. And again, it looks like they may well have lost in the playoff final for the second year running. Neil Harris now in charge. Came off the bench quite a lot. They signed a lad from Real Madrid, Marcos Llorente, which is not a bad sign at all. But just quickly to have a look, they sold some big players. Dominico Orface's house went. So the big Portuguese boys are still there. But Rob Holding came in, Kieran Clark. Not bad signings at all from Wolves. Some good business there, if I'm honest. But Jordan Rhodes probably, going side by side with Nuadico. They were playing 2 up front, a straight 4-4-2, so it gives them the opportunity of both playing. Paul Gladden as well coming back to the squad. Scored 2 goals as well, which is pretty good. But yeah, overall, Jordan Rhodes, a good amount of goals this year, 23 in all competitions. Competition-wise as well, Wolves knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup by Arsenal. 2nd round of the EFL Cup by Burton. It's a shame that Wolves again have lost in the playoff final though. We'll double check again quickly on Jordan Rhodes. Still, he's got a new contract till 2022 this time. No one really interested in signing him for the time being. But a much better season. Right at his prime now, coming towards 30 years of age. And hopefully next season he can really crack on. Can Wolves make it a promotion season? They've lost 2 playoffs out of 2. They really need to try and get promoted next year. So here we are then. We are now at the end of the 1920 season. Again, checking out our Jordan Rhodes at Wolves. 30 years of age this time, 17 goals. Again, in the Championship, of course. Much better from them. 17 goals, matching last season's tally. This time getting more assists and 1 man in the match, but slightly lower average rating. A goal every 203 minutes, so a goal about 2 games and a half for Jordan Rhodes. Not so bad. He was almost ever present in the league, missing just 2 games throughout the season as well. 5 games in the FA Cup, 3 goals, so Wolves must have had an OK Cup run. We'll have a check. Looks like they were in the playoffs, but why did they play QPR 3 times in a row? Unless they played them on the final day and lost in the semi-final, which I'm guessing happened. It did, and QPR went on to win the league as well. Jordan Rhodes and the Wolves were predicted to finish second in the league. If we have a quick look at the actual league table to see what had happened, Wolves 20 points behind Hull and Palace, who absolutely walked the league. Playoffs was very tight, so it really could have gone to anyone. But in the end, QPR took full advantage of Wolves, who ended up losing. Got Philip Cocu now as manager, which is quite a big statement. Was at Leicester. Obviously, PSV was Holland assistant manager as well. Not a bad manager at all to have. A great player as well. But 20 goals this season for Jordan Rhodes. We'll have a quick look. Wolves, fifth round of the FA Cup. Knocked out by the eventual winners Bournemouth as well. But overall, not a bad season from Wolves. We'll have a quick look at general info as well. Looks like Ruben Neves may well have left the club. Did he leave this year? Certainly he did. Not for the biggest fee, 17 million. We've seen him leave for bigger. He went to AC Milan though. And Wolves brought in quite a number of players. But not bad. He's scoring goals, Jordan Rhodes. A lot more goals than what we've seen that some of the strikers score on the other experiments. But he hasn't quite done enough to fire Wolves into the Premier League. Again, he's getting on a little bit now. We could probably do it another couple of years or so to see if he can maintain this really good goal scoring record and see if Wolves will ever eventually get into the Premier League. So here we are then. At the end of the 2021 season, is Jordan Rhodes going to help Wolves end their long stay in the Championship? They've been so close. He's still at Wolves, and this time he fired 26 goals. And for him to score 26 goals, and I'd be very shocked if Wolves don't finish sort of top 3 again with that sort of amount of goals. That's the biggest amount he scored so far at 31, a 7.1 average rating as well. His natural fitness, stamina is still there, and that is definitely helping him as he gets older as a player. 24 goals, smashing it this season, a 7.09 average rating, the best that we've seen him have so far. In all competitions, he scored 27. He scored a good amount in the Cup. 7 games in the EFL Cup. That must have been semi-finals, final at least for Wolves. Let's go and have a look. 4th in the Championship under Cocu again. Did they get promoted? No. They must have lost in the semi-final again. They did to Fulham this time. 83 points. Newcastle on 91, and not to get automatic promotion is ridiculous. Jordan Rhodes finishing top goal scorer level with Jordan Ayew, who plays for Leicester, who almost smashed 100 points. Will Grigg finishing in 3rd for Wigan. Well, that's incredible. Must have been some sort of win. Runner-up in the EFL Cup to Manchester United, who went and won the FA Cup. Could have been amazing for Wolves to have European football, but fortunately, next season has got to be the one. How close have they been? Wolves have been such a big powerhouse in the Championship. Jordan Rhodes definitely helping them along the way. Surely one of the best strikers that we've seen in these experiments. We'll test him out again. One more year. Surely Wolves can do it next term. So then, here we are. The last season we're going to be testing Wolves out. And Jordan Rhodes, who's been absolutely brilliant for Wolves. This time he scored another 22 goals. And surely that must mean Wolves are close to being a Premier League squad. You know what? At the age of 32, his physical stats are still increasing. He's still becoming a much better player. He's a key player at Wolves. He's only worth 1.7 million now, probably due to his age. But this year, 22 goals, a game just under, a goal under every 2 games, 22 goals. Still brilliant at this level. 7.01 average rating. Wolves second in the Championship. Finally getting a promotion. Simon Island, the manager now, who in real life is some sort of academy manager, either at QPR or Man City, I'd imagine. But he's the Wolves manager now, and he got Wolves promoted. I'd imagine Cocu probably left. He did indeed. Pretty late on in the season, he probably almost had Wolves confirmed. He jumped ship to Brighton in the end, but he did really well as Wolves manager. Obviously, Nuno left. He's managerless now, went to Villa as well, similar to the Dwight Gale experiment actually. But Simon Ireland now in charge, and he's done the business for Wolves. A bit strange for him to jump from an under-18s job to Wolves job, but he's got them promoted. Just pushed them along in the end. Jordan Rhodes scoring the goals, helping him out. Burnley smashed 100 points, 101 points. FA Cup, Wolves are knocked out by Brighton, who were managed now by Koku, obviously. Won by Sunderland in the end. But Wolves have come so close, and they fully deserved this in the end. And they're going to be a Premier League side next year. And that is massively due to the help of Mr. Jordan Rhodes. Scoring a massive amount of goals. 24 goals. Jordan Graham finishing second in the end. Wolves squad looks very different to what he looks like in real life. They got rid of a few players this year, selling £14 million worth, mainly Helder Costa to Aston Villa, who are in the Premier League. He had not a bad year for them, but not bad. Judging by this, I'd probably go for Jordan Rhodes over everyone if this was to come true, because I think in real life, if someone of that calibre scoring those sort of amounts of goals with the players that Wolves already have, that would definitely be in the Premier League. Anyone with any team, if you get a player to score over 20 goals in a season, more than likely you should do okay this season. I know it's not always the case, but more than likely you should do okay. Jordan Rhodes has done very well on this. Let me know in the comment section down below if you would like Jordan Rhodes, but obviously we've done so many other experiments, so let me know which striker you want at Wolves. Thanks for watching today. Make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all very soon.